Chapter 4, Sun-Kissed. Once the contractor signed, the details squared away, you set out to film on location in the Maldives. That evening, as you prepare to board Ashton's private jet gleaming in the hot LA sun, a tiny nagging thought won't leave your brain. Mercy and Ashton used to date. With polished mahogany and plush leather seats, you know you should be appreciating the luxury. Ashton, you rake. Did you save the seat for me? If you mean to ask if it's available. For a fleeting second, Ashton's gaze flicks up to you, burning with some intensity you can't name, but she dumps her purse onto the plush cushions while Celeste and Jim beat you to the neighboring seats. It's been so long since we were on a flight together, on this very plane. Will you remind me how to fasten the seatbelts? I don't remember us using them much. You pause in the aisle, camping down the sudden urge to rip her out of the seat by her hair. Mercy, I think you should figure it out. I'm sure a bright star of the show can figure out a little seatbelt. Mercy straightens, likely debating whether to feign ignorance or maintain her dignity, and sighs and tries again. This star has to do everything herself. Oh no, a seatbelt, you poor thing. You raise your eyebrows, waiting her out, and smile brighter when you hear her seatbelt click. Bravo, Mercy, I knew you were capable. We love an EP who empowers her talent. He locks eyes with you over Mercy's head, filling you with a brightness Mercy's glare can't dampen. With a giant sigh, you grab the seat beside your brother across the aisle from Ashton. You okay? I'm usually the nervous wreck when we fly. He's always seen right through me. Maybe he already knows why Mercy makes me bristle. I'm not nervous. At least not about the flight. What if I can't hack it producing the show? You're gonna knock 'em dead. I have complete faith in you. So relax, we're on a private jet with everything we could ever want. Well, that you could ever want. He reaches into a bag and pulls out 2 bright orange prescription bottles. I, for one, will live in the moment once we're back on solid ground. You gonna be okay? Eddie's sleeping pills. He ought to be out like a light. With you asleep, it'll be easier on all of us. Taking the barb like a champ, he settles back into a seat and pops a pill within a few minutes. He's snoring. Does anyone want to try slugging with me? It's supposed to make you look like way younger. The hell is slugging? Give me that! Plain air makes my skin like so dry. You glance around the aisle where Mercy and Gemma paddle over what looks like a gallon of viscous moisturizer. Celeste winces. Hard past. I'm going to sleep. No one wake me unless the plane's going down, and honestly, not even then. I like you even more. By the time night falls and the plane takes off, your companions are either asleep or distracted. You take your opportunity, reaching across the aisle to place a discreet hand on Ashton's forearm. Hey, Ashton, there's something I'm curious about. Try me. So, you ever joined the Mile High Club? You know, I could have went my whole entire life not knowing what that is, but this year I learned what it was. No, I didn't partake. You and Mercy, really? His face goes carefully pleasant as he meets your gaze. He lowers his voice so she can't hear. Frankly, Nora, I'm a bit hurt you don't keep up with the tabloids and hot gossip. Weren't you ever curious? He's baiting you, trying to distract you from the very loud conflict of interest sitting right beside him. I just would never have guessed that you're type. His hand reaches out to take yours. His touch is warm and reassuring. He makes sure you're looking right at him when he says it. She isn't. Your heart pounds as a hush falls over the space between you. If you were alone, your mouth would already be on his. That's exactly why I can't get distracted. He'd break my heart all over again. As if she can hear your traitorous heartbeat, Mercy's gaze snaps over to you, and her manicured nails dig into Ashton's clothing. I was so happy when you called, Ashton. It's been far too long since I've heard your voice. I knew you and your sisters would be perfect for this. This is going to be a great start to my new venture. I'm glad you were thinking of me. It was like the universe knew my mind had been on you. I just threw up in my mouth. As Ashton attempts to evade Mercy's question, the plane gives a little shake. Oh, ugh, it moves. This is your pilot speaking. We're about to experience some turbulence. Sit tight, I'll update everyone once we're through it. The plane punctuates the statement with another little shake, and Mercy shrieks. Ashton, make it stop! I'll be damned if Ashton spends the rest of this flight soothing the drama queen. Maybe I can cause or use this turbulence to my advantage. I promise I'm gonna be good today and not talk a bunch of shit about this book. Your mind races as you try to think fast about how to get Ashton's attention away from Mercy. You glance around trying to see if you get any ideas from your surroundings. There has to be something I can use to get Ashton's attention back to where it belongs. Is there a bucket of ice? You could just throw it at her and knock her out. You spot Ashton's Lux fountain pen on the end of the table, and a glass of ice-cold water sits on your tray. Or I could just always go with the direct route. I should say something naughty. Spill water on my blouse. Drop a pen on the floor. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go say something naughty. You catch his gaze and lean closer to him. Ooh, the turbulence is rough. Normally that's how I like it. He sucks in a breath at your statement, responding to that in a husky tone of voice. Whatever game you're playing, Nora, it's dangerous, and I'm in. Do you now? That's not the worst news I've ever heard. You draw your bottom lip between your teeth, biting it gently, and his gaze makes your pulse quicken. The plane shakes again. Mercy's anxiety takes the form of a high-pitched whine. Ashton, this is awful! Truly, I think I want to use the ladies' room before it gets worse. As Gemma excuses herself, Ashton's attention slips from you back to Mercy, his face a mask of confusion. You never had issues with turbulence before. If only the cameras were rolling to capture her performance, she'd win an Oscar. You lean across the aisle, placing a hand on Ashton's arm. Mercy's eyes snag on your touch as she plans her next move. It is a little bumpy. I'm gonna be so sore tomorrow. His eyes snap back to you, something hungry in them. I might need a massage later to work out all the kinks. You tilt your head and rub your neck, relishing the heat of Ashton's gaze as he watches your fingertips sink into your skin. Luckily, I've been told I have the magic touch. I might have to test those claims for myself. Mercy's eyes narrow to slits as she glares at you. She's become a cat. You're careful to keep any hint of annoyance off your face. But I need a distraction. I'm so scared. The way she's pouting. Only when Ashton's looking at her is telling. Very telling. I highly recommend an audiobook. That'll get you through. That's not what That's brilliant, Nora. Try it, Mercy. Mercy looks between the two of you and can see the indecision on her face. She can't admit she's not scared now. Fine. She jams in her earbuds and opens an audiobook app on her phone, leaving Ashton to you. Now, where were we? You stand, making sure your figure is on full display. While the plane's literally going through turbulence. I should stretch and show off my body. It's all fun and games till you hit your head on something. Grab us some drinks. Why not? You rise and saunter past him, careful to take your time strutting away. I am just so parched. At the bar cart, you pluck a bottle of water and twist off the cap. Take a long, slow drink of water. Ashton's got you very fired up, and you gulp half of the bottle in an attempt to cool off a little. Want anything? His eyes haven't left you, and you feel a rush of triumph. I want a lot of things right now, Nora. You had to stop reading this. You're nearly back to your seat as Mercy pulls out her earbuds. Audiobooks are not for me. I need... As soon as you pass Ashton, you feign a slip. Oh, and accidentally fall right into his lap. I've got you. He catches you with strong arms, and though you can feel the rage rolling off of Mercy, you ignore it. With an exaggerated sigh, you put a hand over your heart and look into his eyes. Oh, Ashton, you saved me. I could swoon. You blink up at him, wide-eyed, incredibly aware of his strong thighs beneath you and the heat from his hands on your back. I believe you are already dead. He trails his fingers along your forearm, making you shiver, your heart races, and you try to breathe deeper without much luck. I look at this book as now as like a rom-com. Well, lucky for me you were there. Actually, I think I just picked the wrong book. She fixes you with one last withering glare and pointedly turns her back on you and Ashton. You relish the victory, snuggling against his chest, not wanting to move. It feels good to have you in my arms. Maybe I shouldn't let you go. You shouldn't have, but... You meet his eye, a thrill racing up your spine when you realize he hasn't looked in Mercy's direction once. You could stay right here, next to me, and we could consider it even. How can I say no to an offer like that? Slowly, you extricate yourself from his lap and offer him your hand. He takes it and you tug him towards your seat, while a furious Mercy glares at you. Because we care. Finally, the plane touches down and everyone steps into the lush tropical landscape of the Maldives. You breathe in the fresh air and the scent of hibiscus and palmaria, feeling like you're on vacation instead of at work. Wow, this is so not LA. It's the beauty of travel, like living in a dream. A dream, huh? Pinch me. Ashton arches a brow, glancing down at your ass. Are you sure? Just so I know it's real. Your brother stumbles from the jet, looking half asleep until he spots the solid earth on the tarmac. The ground. Thank God. You weren't even awake. And you're welcome. Ashton clears his throat, visibly switching gears. You feel a little pang as he relays your plan to the crew. While plenty of rest and relaxation are in store, we want everything to run smoothly tomorrow. We'll take a small detour for a sound check. Sound check? Oh, please make my mic louder than Mercy's. I have a very soft voice, so I need help being heard. Yeah, looks like I did good picking her voice then. Jim, you need help with something, but a louder mic isn't in. What about all my stuff? The resort is happy to stow the luggage for us. Everything will be in its place when we check in. You want me to just drop it off? I have Louise in there. Sorry, a who? Would you rather they be filled with sand? Ashton might have stayed beside you for the rest of the flight, but Mercy has not given up. She narrows her eyes at you, but doesn't argue, as Ashton's assistant pries her fingers from her purse. Don't worry, Mercy. Sound checks are usually quick and painless. We'll see. I could stand across the room and do her voice and you'd still hear it. The intense sun beats down on you as you and Eddie ready the film equipment. A few paces away, Ashton entertains the cast while you set up. You want to film here? Outside. We'll cook to death. It just means we just need even skimpier clothes, right? I'm not opposed to that. Trust me, no one thought you would be. Ashton, I'm so parched. Do you have anything that might help? There's water. Bend down, take a cup of your hand, and... Mercy wilts dramatically, a hand across her forehead as she sags. Ashton gestures to his assistant for a water bottle and hands it to her. Of course, drink this. You're so distracted by Mercy and Ashton, you nearly drop Eddie's new mic pack. Whoa, easy on the merchandise. Do you hear her? It's so unprofessional. You know how it is with talent. She'll complain and she'll get used to it. But if she doesn't, a villain is always great for ratings. You know that. She definitely has the temperament down. Better mic her up now, so we can get some good clips. Eddie hands you the lapel mic, and you wave Mercy over. She makes a big show of stumbling through the blistering sand, wincing and wiping sweat from her brow. I'm going to get heat blisters and then we can't show my feet. I don't think that this is that kind of program. Affix it to Mercy. It's difficult to keep your fingers from shaking, but you manage to get the mic hidden in the small of Mercy's bag. As you're affixing the wire to her collar, you notice Mercy watching you. She's cool, collected, with no sign of wilting flower act. You and Ashton grew up together, right? You're his little friend from back in the suburbs. You keep your face professionally blank as you switch on the mic, knowing that she's searching for weaknesses. That's so cute that you still talk to each other after all this time. Funny though, I don't remember you two talking much when Ashton and I were together. Ouch. Even without you giving her an inch, Mercy's talented. She knows exactly where to dig in. That's most women. Well, any old friendship goes through some dormant periods. Then you pick up right where you left off. Oh, I guess. Or maybe he was focused on who was right in front of him in a G-string bikini. Does Mercy actually see me as a threat? It's hard to believe this fabulous, wealthy, polished celebrity threatened by a new EP. I wouldn't say fabulous. But I'm not just any EP, I'm Ashton's. Well, we were something. You finish fixing Mercy's mic and give her a thumbs up, ignoring the jab. Your mic is all set. We'll cue you in for the sound check in a few. Great. That gives me time to ask Ashton to double check your work. There's nothing wrong with your mic. I do this all the time. Oh, I'm sure you're so good at microphones. I just trust Ashton more. Given our history, I'm sure you get it. Fire burning in your chest, you level a gaze at Mercy. I'm your executive producer on this project. No one needs to check my work. And Ashton is not your stand-in boyfriend. Oh my god, are you serious? Yes, I'm serious. Treating the CEO like your personal boy toy is wildly unprofessional. I'm the star of the show. Everyone knows I can do what I want. As for Ashton, let's leave his love life up to him. She lets the thread hang in the air, and you slowly become aware of the deafening silence around you. All eyes of the crew are on you and Mercy. This is not how I wanted my first day to go. What is wrong with me? Before you can say another word, Ashton strides over to stand by Mercy's side. Mercy, you and your sisters are the stars of the show. Rest assured, I will always make time for you at work. Good, because I'd hate to be in a work environment where I didn't feel valued. We do value you, Mercy. It was a long flight. I think everyone's nerves are frayed from the turbulence. Mercy shoots you a triumphant smirk, lifting her chin. It only makes you angrier. You know what? You're right. I need a minute. Eddie, pause the sound check. Ashton reaches for your arm, but you jerk out of reach. You stalk off the set, heading towards your trailer. Inside your trailer, you take several deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. You get through 3 before your trailer door bangs open and a glowering Ashton steps inside. Nora, we need to discuss this. Gladly, but only if you stop pretending she's the victim here. He crosses his arms over his chest, a storm in his eyes. I know Mercy is a lot, but she is our talent. You can't speak to her that way. Actually, yeah, you can. She was being wildly unprofessional. Ashton? What about the way she spoke to me? I only heard the tail end of your conversation when you were berating our employee. Forgive me for not having the full picture. Then you heard her say she gets to treat people however she wants. Firstly, no, she can't. Secondly, Mercy is not our executive producer. She has no obligation to do anything but be dramatic. So I suggest leaving that to her. Your behavior today has been highly unprofessional. Okay. My behavior? What about yours? You signed your ex as the star talent for your new reality show. Well, I didn't begrudge her for the breakup, and she's a good name to attach to a show trying to get attention. You expect me to believe that's the only reason? You just conveniently forgot to warn me. He closes the gap between you, tilting your face to his. Do you mean to say the woman who pushed me into a pool for hitting on her cares about who I once dated? You yank her chin out of his grasp and straighten your spine, drawing yourself up taller. It's professional concern. It's bad for a cast morale if the star is in bed with its owner. You know he won't fall for it, that he's already seen right through you. Mercy is my ex from years and years ago. I have zero interest in rekindling anything with her. But she's really into you. He shrugs one shoulder, eyeing you with a gaze that makes your heart flutter. That's too bad. I want someone else. But does Mercy know, though? His whole body is so close, the heat of it melting through your clothes. He lowers his voice to a whisper. Would you like her to? It's a challenge, calling you on your bluff the same way he would on a childhood dare. It's just a lot to take in. I apologize for not warning you. Frankly, Mercy never seemed that interested in me, even when we were together. I assume her renewed interest has something to do with my net worth. She plays with people. That's what she does. In the way you're looking at me now, see these intentions you think I have with Mercy, she's getting to you. As the guy who literally and figuratively wanted to mail Chicken Wow Wow 5 minutes after rekindling with us. She's not getting to me. I'm so unbothered, it's laughable. A tear escapes your eye, and you hastily wipe it away. Ashton brushes the leftover water from your cheek. I can understand. If only I could explain how long I've pined over you. While you slept with other women. Your eyes drop to his lips, only inches from yours, as a pained breath escapes your lungs. You pined after me? Had he really wanted you as much as you wanted him? Had he spent nights awake thinking about you and wishing you were a couple? Ashton's eyes haven't left your face. As his words finally begin to sink in, you realize just how easily you could stake your claim. Toss my hair over my shoulder, slowly bite my lip. I'm so confused. I'm gonna bite my lip, I guess. You don't have much hair to toss over your shoulder. Like I said, I'm making this into a rom-com. I'm serious. You slowly take your bottom lip between your teeth, drawing Ashton's eyes to your lips. I used to dream of that mouth, how your lips would feel on my skin. Used to. Now, I'd back you up against the wall, pull that lip between my teeth. His words are like fuel on a fire inside you. The intensity in his tone makes you believe him. Your breath hitches as Ashton puts his hands on either side of your head on the wall behind you. Come here. You look defiantly into the hungry gaze, grab him by his shirt, and pull him within an inch of your lips. And then, without thinking of the consequences, you kiss him. God, Nora. Your mouth is hot on his, and he kisses you back, groaning into the kiss, his whole body curving around you. He presses his hips against yours, and you feel his length, hard, straining against the fabric of his pants. You have no idea how much I've wanted this. Don't stop. Please do. You didn't linger in your kiss with Ashton. We can't do this here. Not when everyone's on set waiting for us. Believe me, I wish we could. I want more than anything. The raw desire in his eyes lets you know just how much he wants this too. As much as I hate to agree on this, you're right. It takes every ounce of your self-control, but you pull away, returning to your senses. You and Ashton break away from each other. He's staring at you, looking stunned and dreamy-eyed, while dread pulls in your stomach. I just kissed Ashton, who is my CEO. God, Your brain races as you look at him, seeing the desire in his eyes, but if Eddie ever finds out, the whole thing will go up in flames. A knock at the door makes your blood run cold, and then it opens. What the hell are you two doing in here? You and Ashton exchange a panicked glance, too quick for Eddie to read. Whatever it is, wrap it up. Production starts tomorrow. Wow. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy. Hopefully I've at least made this somewhat enjoyable. If not, let me know. Because I want to know why my little side commentary of making this into a rom-com bothers you more than the horrific writing that we're having to experience together. That's it. That's all. Bye.